In three-point championships. We're at Moody Coliseum on the campus of SMU. And we start things off with the men's three-point championship. And let's look at the contenders in this 2014 edition. Ethan Wragge, Billy Barron, Andre Dawkins, Marshall Henderson, Akeem Richmond, Travis Bader, Brady Heslip, and Luke Hancock. Here's your rules for the men's three-point championship. 8 competitors, 60 seconds around. The top 4 advance to the semifinal, and the top 2 advance, of course, into the final. As always, 5 stations, 5 balls a rack. The 4 regular balls worth 1 point. Money ball is worth 2 points, and the money ball has to be shot last on each rack. So that's the Quicken Loans three-point championship rules of the game. And the competitors having a look at the lineup. Here in a newly renovated Moody Coliseum on the SMU campus. This is a packed house tonight. Scott Drew, Baylor coach, here to watch one of his performers, Corey Jefferson. Doug McDermott, the number 5 scorer all time, and his dad from Creighton. Here tonight with Ethan Wragge in the competition. And Marshall Henderson, as always, enjoying himself from Ole Miss. So we're just about to start the competition as the respective shooters make their way to each end of the court. And we're ready for the first 2 shooters. And there's the aforementioned Ethan Wragge out of Creighton, the 6'7" sharpshooter, 334 second in school history. Billy Barron from Canisius, school record this season with over 100. Barron on the right, Wragge on the left. And here we go, competition underway.
Ethan Wragge on the left. He made 112 field goals this season. 110 of them were from the three-point line. He only made 2 two-point shots the entire year.
He's having a little trouble. Hit 3 on the first rack. Money ball time. Got it.
How about this? Ethan Wragge took 2 non-threes. Took 2 non-threes since the first of the year. Everything else, threes. And Billy Barron has the biggest shoulders of any shooter in the history of this tournament.
Wragge's got 12. Money ball is good.
Billy Barron, his brother Jimmy, back in 2009, guys, we were there in Detroit. He missed the finals because he tied in the semifinals with Jack McClinton from Miami. And they went back and DVR'd it. And Jimmy should have been in the finals. I'm just telling it like it is.
Wragge does a good job with the money balls. And McDermott's looking on. Some of that coaching paid off. 17 for Ethan. And Billy Barron with 13 in the opening round.
I got you. Billy Barron shooting the ball short. He kept leaning back, going short.
Money balls pay off big time. And Wragge proved that in round 1.
It seems like every year a kid with size in this competition that doesn't get worn down does well. And Wragge, look at that right plant of that foot. I mean, he really turns that right side of his shooting side in. A little bit more over-rotated than I would teach it, but dude does it well.
Now we're going to move on to ACC against SEC. Not exactly shooting against each other, just shooting against the scoreboard. Marshall Henderson from Ole Miss. Andre Dawkins of Duke.
This is your guy, Ness.
Your pick, Marshall Henderson. Why would you pick a guy that is like riding a bull for 8 seconds?
I said this competition's a little different, so's he. Money ball, got 3 in the first rack.
If Marshall Henderson could run to his left shoulder off of a screen,
there you go,
he would win this competition.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's what he did, didn't he?
For 2 years at Ole Miss. Money goes. Top of the key for both.
And this is Andre Hawkins. He said this is his favorite spot. He's struggling early. Skipped high school, skipped his senior year in high school to go play at Duke. Had a terrific career.
I said to Marshall Henderson before, about a half an hour before the competition, I said, don't mess this up. He said, Mr. Nessler, I got this. That's the way he was for Andy Kennedy every game.
He almost didn't make it here.
That's a good story.
It's a great story. He chased down an ambulance that was going with a cop behind it. He just followed him along going about 100.
And at the airport, his definition of messing things up might be a little bit different than your definition of messing things up.
Anderson hits the money ball at the end, and the guns go in the holsters. Good first round for Marshall Henderson.
He shoots a really easy ball. And kid really moves well. He's a really slender kid. Dan hasn't had his eyes on him live like we have over the years, but he's a small kid that really, it's a very easy release for him right in front of his face a lot of times.
I was surprised at how little he is.
Yeah. And watch this release. Just a very easy. That's pretty much how he shot in the game. Now, he moved well and got into his shot spot well, but very, not a lot of extra motion in his shot.
This is what he did best for 2 years at Ole Miss, though. Stuff like that. Oh, Marshall.
You know, you watch him, and here's where he shot the ball from. But when you watch him, his is the kind of stroke that holds up late in his competition, as you said. You know, you get a little tired as the competition goes on. But with that short, quick stroke, that's going to hold up late.
4 out of the 5 money balls.
Yeah,
though.
and the 5th rack, he only missed 1. So he's in first place right now. We move on now to Hakeem Richmond out of East Carolina. And on the other side, Jimmy's guy, Travis Bader, all-time record holder, 504. I don't think anybody expected anybody to ever hit 500 threes in a career.
If you're the all-time three-point shooter in the history of college basketball, you got a chance at least to win a three-point shooting contest, don't you?
He's off to a nice start. He hasn't missed yet.
Touched the rim yet.
Whoa, perfect first rack for Bader.
And you know you can't be first rack sensitive one way or the other.
That's right.
If you miss or make, you just get that first rack behind you and go on.
You know, he said yesterday, if I miss a few, I have to keep working at it. I said, what if you hit your first 4? He said, then the basket looks like it's 3 times bigger, and I think that's what he's got working right now.
Hey, I'll tell you this, though. Richmond is hanging right there with him. Hakeem Richmond from East Carolina doing a great job.
My guy Travis Bader, Dan, he made 11 three-pointers against IUPUI. I got to ask you, was IUPUI playing the old-fashioned standing zone?
We had the standing zone last year, right?
Wow, Bader's got 20 just to get to the baseline.
I tell you that's my pick to win it tonight.
Yeah, I think you said that. Money ball goes for Richmond. Money ball rims out for Bader, but still, he's got the best first round so far.
I was talking to his coach, Greg Campy. Greg Campy is being told by some NBA teams, don't be surprised if Travis Bader isn't drafted late second round. A lot of teams want to bring him into camp.
Dan, he's 6'5". And look at this shot. I mean, you're right. The first rack, I don't think he touched the rim one time.
There he did, but barely. I mean, this is as impressive as you're going to see, ending it with a money ball.
Wow.
It's nothing but floor.
And a money ball buried. Part of a 23-point first round. Here's how we stand so far. Bader with the best first round. Marshall Henderson in second. And Richmond and Raggy. Dawkins and Barrett. Still to shoot, Heslip and Luke Hancock. Heslip, and there's the jerseys that the NCAA would not allow the Bears to wear in the NCAA tournament. He told us, I'm bringing them out. They can't say anything to me now. Sick 'em Bears. And the Final Four most outstanding player last year, and he wasn't even a starter, Luke Hancock from Louisville.
If he does well, this is my pick, Hancock.
If he does well.
Yeah, if he doesn't do
you
well.
took him either way, you know.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, and he's the only guy in the competition that's going to have surgery on his finger because he's got torn tendons.
My man hasn't hit the rim yet.
That's the kind of research. That's the kind of research he does.
Yeah, take the guy with a broken finger.
Yeah, I'm saying if Luke Hancock gets in the finals, which he's not going to do, I'll take him with big shots late.
Top of the key now.
Yeah, your guy has not made one. Have we ever had a guy not make a shot all the way around the horn?
I don't think so.
We're about ready to.
Well, there goes one. Meanwhile, Heslip's money ball goes for the top of the key.
At one point in Big 12 play, Baylor was 2-7. I did their ninth game, and Scott Reed said, "What's your advice?" I said, "Get Brady Heslop on the floor. The guy can flat out stroke the basketball."
He's got a good round going. Got an opportunity to get 20 or more, depending on that shot on the money ball.
Dan's guy needs the money ball bad.
I don't care. I've enjoyed watching Luke Hancock play basketball over the last 2 years, and I'm with Rick Pitino. Other than three-point shooting contest, Luke Hancock, best offensive player in the country.
And Brady Heslop with 19.
Hair didn't move either.
And he hit the last 3 money balls. That helps the cause.
Hey,
Hancock, tough one.
To follow up Dan's point, Rick Pitino wanted the ball in his hands in late games. He trusted what this guy does as a ball player.
Here's how we stand, fellas. Quicken Loans men's three-point championship. The top 4, Bader, Henderson, Heslop, and Richmond, advancing to the semifinals. Don't forget, yet to come, the women's three-point championship will be coming up, as well as the high-flying dunkers here in Dallas.
The 2014 State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships is brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. Buick. See why thousands of people are switching to Buick. And Quicken Loans, for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze.
Back at a packed house, Moody Coliseum, home of the Mustangs of SMU, and the Quicken Loans men's three-point championship semifinal upcoming. We welcome you back. Brad Nessler with Coach Jimmy Dykes, Dan Dockich. You couldn't stand me after 9 years. You had to go into coaching, didn't you?
Absolutely. It's a wonderful opportunity at the University of Arkansas women's basketball program for me to take over my alma mater and work with them. And for my young ladies back home, I hope you got some shots up today in the open gym.
And your guys are already out of this championship here in the men's three-point.
Yeah, that was bad recruiting. But he said after 9 years you couldn't stand me, and your answer was absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Let's take a look at the semifinalists, guys. Jimmy's pick, Travis Bader's in there. My pick, Marshall Henderson's in there with 20 in round 1. And Brady Heslop and Keem Richmond fill out the semifinal group.
My pick is Brady Heslop. He's still alive.
That wasn't your pick.
Get a mulligan? What are we talking about here?
Just trying to stay interested.
Here's Keem Richmond out of Sanford, North Carolina. Hit 155 threes this year.
He shoots it easy, too. I mean, he just flips it, brings it up, elbow under the ball, snaps his wrist. Ball spins great.
Money time, in and out. 260 career threes for Keem.
We see that shot from behind. He really squares his shoulders up well. I mean, just every time. Just
shoots the ball high, too. He shoots it abnormally high. Most guys a little more on the line than him, and he carries over the front pretty nicely.
He said the top of the key was his favorite spot.
UTSA must play a standing zone as well because he made 11 three-pointers against them.
You love that standing
Jimmy,
zone.
here's a coaching tip. Once a guy hits like 4,
you get
guard him.
Guard him. Yeah, guard him hard.
Like really hard.
Guard him really hard.
Got time for the money ball. Takes his time and got it.
There you go. Made that look pretty easy.
He knows it's probably not going to be enough. Brady Heslop getting ready.
You know, you see Richmond there. He has on his arm basically his life story in tattoos. Kind of interesting to go through them all with him. Everything that has happened in his life important is now on both of his arms. And
even had some of the winning shots he's had over his career. Luckily, I've only worked with you twice, so I don't have to have more than 2 tattoos. That's a good thing. So Brady Heslop with a Sick 'em Bears jersey on from Baylor out of Burlington, Ontario, Canada. Said to him yesterday, Steve Nash, one of your favorite guys? He just looked at me as if to say, who doesn't love Steve Nash if you're from Canada? Or for that matter, from the United States. That's what's tweeting right now. Let's turn Brady Heslop loose.
Now, he led the Big 12 this year, shooting 47% from that three-point line in conference play. You know, his guy that he's guarding, Dan, was always going to score 10 or 12. but he was always going to score 10 or 12 and stretch the defense on the offense. I mean, he could kick it flat out, shoot the basketball.
Of the 359 field goals he made in his college career, 301 were three-pointers. So that's pretty much his specialty. Top of the key, no good on the money ball.
He gets up, he makes. You know, this is for you kids out there. All these guys and girls, when we asked about how many shots you get up in the summer, everyone to a person said it's not how many shots, it's how many makes. He tried to make 600 to 1,000 a day.
That was a big money ball from the wing, and now to the baseline in the final seconds. Going to have to hustle just to get that money ball off. Takes his time, the buzzer goes off, and the ball goes in. Big shot with the light going off. There's his coach, and there's our host, Charlie Vesser, Intersport. And some big-time shots. He hit 8 of his last 10. So good round again for Brady.
I'm trying to stay consistent.
And those great shooters, those clear shooters, they can get on a roll where they make 4 or 5 in a roll and they don't hit the rim. And he did that, I think, on that last rack. I mean, just pure.
But you talk about getting away a money ball with about a half second to go before the horn sounds and the light goes off on the backboard. Watch this one. It's in the air. There's the light sails at the bottom of the basket.
And you know, he did well to take his time there. He didn't get nervous about it. You see Coach Drew's reaction.
So 19 for Brady. He's consistent. That's what he had in round 1. Now we move on to Marshall Henderson, who had 20 in round 1. Out of Hurst, Texas. Marshall said, I got all kinds of family. I got so many people. I needed 100 tickets. I don't have that many. But he said, I got family all over the place. Not a good start in rack 1.
Again, this kid, he had games where he'd get up 23-point shots a game. And if he could run to his left shoulder, I'm going to say it again, he would make about 75% of his shots, because that's all he did in his career. And you could try to take it away, Dan, and get on his top side, but he was very crafty about setting you up and still coming to his shot side like he wanted.
He needed that money ball and knew it. And he's going to have to be almost perfect this next 2 racks to stay in contention, I think.
You know, he had a career that was criticized, and he made some big-time mistakes. But getting away from the off the court, he's the kind of competitor and fiery guy you want on your team. I mean, you don't necessarily like some of the things he involved himself with, even during the game, but in terms of competing, there's your guy.
That's not going to do it.
There's one reason why Ole Miss made the NCAA tournament last year, and Marshall Henderson had a swagger that team hadn't had.
Yep. Well, I got to that point, but I think that's about going to do it. And that guy that had the best first round is going to see if he can have the best second round as well. Remember, the top 2 advance to the final. If there is a tie, it goes down to how many money balls you make. So here's Travis Bader. You talk about making shots. He told us yesterday his goal in off-season was to make 30,000 shots. We said, how many did you make this past offseason? He said 46,000 shots.
Yeah, Greg Campy, who's sitting on the bench on the other side, he puts a goal for his players, or the players put the goal for themselves, at 30,000 during the summer. And as you said, 46,000 shots.
How about that? That's insane.
I mean, he's a 6'5" kid, just watching him right now, that's got nice pop into his shot. So he's going to be able to make guarded shots at the next level. He led the NCAA this year, making 94% of his free throw shots. I mean, that's about as pure of a stroke as we've seen in this competition in recent years, I think.
Oh, no question about it.
Wow, he's got the crowd lit up. Greg McDermott looking on.
He's going to have to hustle a little bit.
He's in the finals regardless. Yes. Here's money ball time. That's my guy. That's my guy. 22 after 23 in round 1 for Travis Bader. 5 for 5 money ball wise. And he's got the crowd in his hip pocket right now.
Yeah, you know what? That's why I said he had to hurry up, because everybody was anticipating his makes here as this last rack got going. You see the crowd, people are starting to stand up as he starts making. Even you see Adrian Payne up, and the crowd just kind of got electric with this.
And the guys he's shooting against congratulating him. The finals are set. And those two guys with the mid-air bump are the two that advance to the final. Brady Heslip from Baylor. Travis Bader from Oakland. Brady Heslip with some local flavor. And Travis Bader, the all-time leader in three-pointers. Those two guys are going to bump one more time in the finals next. And at 7, the Grizzlies try to keep their playoff hopes alive when they host the Nuggets. And at 9:30, MVP candidate Kevin Durant leads the Thunder against James Harden and the Rockets. NBA Friday, presented by State Farm. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. So we're down to the finals for the Quicken Loans Men's Three-Point Championship. Jimmy's guy has been the leader throughout. Travis Bader of Oakland and Brady Heslip of Baylor. Those were the semifinal scores, and it's Brady up first. His dad Tom was an all-Canadian player back in the early 80s. Here he goes in his final round. In a little trouble on the baseline in the previous 2 rounds. Money time as he works to the wing.
You know, I got the sense when he started, Jimmy, that he didn't think he could win this.
I think you're right. I think Bader sent a message to everybody in the building.
I do too.
Yeah.
I know he's getting it going, which is great. But I just had the sense from the corner. He didn't. Body language wasn't. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Well, he's up against the best three-point shooter in the history of college basketball.
That should make you try harder.
There's a mile and it rimmed out again. He needs about everything to go in over here. And that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, it could happen.
Really good.
Could be a perfect rack. Money time. Got it.
He's in it. He's still in it.
Yes, he is. Took his
Absolutely.
time on that last round.
Did not let the pressure of the shot clock bother his release one time.
Will it be enough, though? He hit 9 of his last 10 shots. When we said he needed them, he got to that left wing and the left baseline, and they started to drop. But maybe the early problem will keep him from beating this guy.
Yes
He's
or
been
no?
in front the whole way.
Yes or no?
I think he does it.
This cat, it's
Yep.
over. Just a matter of how many he puts on the board.
Uh-oh. Oh, there's some question in Jimmy Dyke's mind right now.
You gotta be kidding me.
He's a little off. He's shooting it really hard, and he adjusted there and shot it short. Here we go.
Money ball goes. That'll help.
You're a
Got a
nice,
long ways to go, though.
you're a nice guy, Jimmy. If you're Heslip, are you rooting for him?
No.
Meaning,
Trying to win the thing. Of course not. Trying to win the thing.
Ooh, getting warm at the
there
top.
we go.
That's the money ball.
Well, he's got to shoot with pressure on him now.
Let's see if the pressure is going to be too much. Got it working from the wing. Definitely needs the money ball. And got it.
If I'm going to win the trifecta on my last show on ESPN, he's got to be really good right now.
He's got to be perfect the rest of the way. Not going to be enough. Oh, man. Heslip somehow held on after a tough round for Travis Bader, who had controlled round 1 and round 2.
You know the key to the whole thing? Brady Heslip made 1 on the first round, but he was not what?
He was not.
He was his first round sensitive.
It's the key every year that I've done this show.
So the Sick'em Bear did. And his coach saying, I taught him everything he knows. Probably except on a shoot. Fourth member of our team, Kaylee Hartung, standing by with a winner in the Skechers Performance Interview area. Kaylee.
Brady, you were not first rack sensitive, as they say. How were you able to stay cool with the shot clock winding down there?
You want to know, I was so nervous the whole time. These guys are just so much fun to be around, and like, you know, Travis, I don't know, I thought he was going to win for sure. He's an amazing shooter, and you know, I just got lucky that he missed some at the end.
What will it take for Corey and Odyssey to continue the Baylor tradition here tonight?
I don't know. You know, just have fun, and just, I know they're going to do great, but now it's up to them, so I'm done.
Thanks, Brady.
Thank you.
It's not really quite done. He's still got to shoot against the women's champion. Travis Bader looking on as the trophy goes to his main competition. The aforementioned women take center stage, and after that the high flyers will be looking to throw down in the slam dunk contest still yet to come. Sunday, the last 4 teams standing meet in Nashville and look to get one step closer to completing their journey to a championship. At 6:30, Maryland takes on the undefeated Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. At 8:30, Stanford Cardinal take on the high-powered UConn Huskies, also undefeated. Final four, the NCAA Women's College Basketball Championship presented by Capital One. It's Sunday, starting at 6:30 on ESPN. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. Back on the campus of SMU at Moody Coliseum. It's time for the Buick Women's Three-Point Championship, round 1. And here's our 8 contestants. Courtney Moses, Jordan Hooper, Tricia Liston, Aisha Goodwin-Coleman, Keena Mays, a local favorite, Kara Pollinger, Odyssey Sims, and Shoni Schimmel. The rules are as follows. 8 competitors, 60 seconds around. Top 4 advance to the semis and top 2 to the final. Of course, 5 station, 5 balls a rack, 4 regular balls and 1 money ball. Regular's worth 1, money ball worth 2, and the money ball has to be the last shot you take off each rack. Courtney Moses, Jimmy's choice to win this event. Purdue's all-time leader in career threes. And my choice, Jordan Hooper out of Nebraska. The first 2 to take center stage here. Actually, baseline stage. Here we go.
That might be the best of all time in terms of a basketball name I've ever seen. Jordan Hooper.
I love it. Out of Alliance, Nebraska. She's off to a pretty good start. You saw Courtney Moses playing.
I did
in the women's regional.
First and second round up at Purdue. And holy Moses, could she shoot that basketball. She was like top 5 in the country in terms of percentage all year. For a small kid, got a lot of pop, a lot of leg strength.
And she's warming up at the top of the key. Jordan Hooper over 2,300 points and over 1,100 rebounds in her career.
But Jordan Hooper really spins the ball. She gets kind of a closed wrist and then flips it out. If she gets it inside the rim, it's going to stay.
Yeah, look at that ball that's moving. You're right.
It really is.
I don't like that much spin. I don't know.
If it goes in, we like it.
Yeah.
And 14, it'll be 1 better than Moses. So Jordan Hooper has 14, 1 better. And Courtney Moses in round 1. Now Aisha Goodwin-Coleman with a torn ACL. Getting ready to shoot here. She's going to have surgery on Thursday. Just got a big brace. Says it's not going to affect my shot. I don't really jump that high anyway.
She was supposed to have it yesterday.
Yeah, and then she got invited and she said, no, I got to go to Dallas and hang out for a while. I can get the surgery on Thursday. And Tricia Liston from Duke on the other side.
She was very matter-of-fact about it, too. Like, of course I would delay the surgery.
Absolutely.
Got some toughness about her, doesn't she, Aisha?
Guess what Tricia Liston's dad's nickname was when he played basketball at Loyola?
Brian?
Sonny.
Well, that's perfect.
Sonny Liston.
She's trying to be a knockout here. Top of the key.
She was a Duke school leader, right? 46% career three-point shooter.
Yep.
A shooter with size at 6'1".
He was second in the ACC in three-point percentage this year. She's having a pretty good round. Getting warmed up on the wing. Money time. Liston got it. Aisha is struggling a little bit. That knee's not going to feel any better tomorrow morning, I can guarantee you. And Liston getting warmed up. She can get to 20 with that. Missed it, but still 19. And Aisha, tough round. Got some Duke fans here.
I like shooters that keep it pretty short and compact. I didn't see a lot of wasted motion out of Liston. I mean, she got in that shot pocket. She's got that thing cruised now.
She said yesterday that the top of the key was kind of hit or miss for her, but she did pretty well. Now, as you said, Jimmy, it's just a short, quick stroke. Her eyes never really leave the rim. She turns quickly and gets it, gets rid of it.
Right there, the shot pocket every time. It never, she shot, what, 25 shots, and it was in that pocket every time she took it off the rack.
Speaking of which, there's her shot chart. And 3 money balls helped the cause for her first round of 19, which is the best so far. 4 more competitors yet to shoot. Keena Mays, the local favorite from SMU out of Arlington, Texas. And Kara Pollinger from Navy out of Fort Gay, West Virginia.
I've got to call Ron Pola tomorrow, the SMU coach, because Keena Mays set the all-time school scoring record this year with 691 points. The person she passed was her coach. Don't you think the coach would have some control over that number at some point?
There's not a chance.
No,
I would never let one of my players break the record I have.
No,
you got to pull them early.
No, you're out.
Sit down.
Wow. Jimmy, how about this? Pollinger had never heard of Naval Academy.
Really?
Never heard of the Naval Academy. And got a letter, started investigating it, and realized, whoa, wait a second, this is a pretty prestigious place to go.
How about that young lady on the right? Mechanical engineering major at the Naval Academy. Said, what, she's going to fly jets and just things like that the rest of her life?
Yeah, that's what you want to do. She says anything to stay off the ship. I'd rather be in the air or on the ground, not necessarily in a ship.
If you sign up for the Naval Academy, don't you anticipate at some point being on a ship?
Yep, that's what I asked her. Taking her time on the money ball doesn't go for Keena Mays. And so they each end with 12 in round 1. Keena Mays with 12. Kara Pollinger also with a dozen. And so right now, Jordan Hooper and Tricia Liston are in the mix as the top 2, but still to shoot. Odyssey Sims with some local flavor again out of Baylor, and Shoni Schimmel, one of the great college basketball players from Louisville. Odyssey's right here in Irving, Texas, just down the road. She averaged 28.5 a game.
That's my pick. Odyssey Sims, and you see Shoni Schimmel. She set the career record, Odyssey Sims did, for three-pointers made, three-point attempts. Second all-time in the NCAA for points in a single season.
And here they go, the final 2 shooters in round 1.
Dan, let me tell you about your pick. I talked to the assistant coach today from Baylor. He said if she starts off hot, she's going to stay hot.
She hit the first 3.
She hit her first 3. Let's see. Yeah, that's a nice stroke.
The lefty. He is for a perfect rack and got it. They go to the top of the key. Schimmel getting warmed up as well.
I remember yesterday I caught a little grief for taking Odyssey Sims. They said she's a scorer, not necessarily a shooter, but
you're looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and she looks great shooting the basketball.
And she was a fierce competitor for Kim Martin. Fierce.
Everybody that goes into Russia with USA on their jersey and wins and scores 22 doing it, she has my vote.
Well, she's going to be in the next round because 20 is the best we've seen so far. Odyssey Sims with 20. 3 out of 5 on her money balls. The best first round with 20. And Shoni Schimmel with 14.
Your scouting report was right. She started hot. This was her second rack, Jimmy. Look at those shoulders in front of the feet, everything moving towards the rim.
From the left wing with the left wing, and she was perfect. And yeah. She had a lot of that yesterday when we were talking to her, too. So the top 4 advance to the semifinals. And And it will be Sims, Liston, Hooper, and Schimmel advancing to the next round. So there's part of the group that'll be in the next round. Stick around the women's semifinals when we come back. On Friday, some of the top high school basketball programs in the country will be on display at Madison Square Garden. It's semifinals of the national tournament. First game tips off at 2:30. Second follows at 4:30. The Dick's Sporting Goods High School National Tournament presented by Gatorade and Geico. Friday at 2:30 and 4:30 on ESPN2. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. Time for the semifinals of the Buick Women's Three-Point Championship. And there's the four that have advanced: Odyssey Sims, Tricia Liston, Jordan Hooper, and Shoni Schimmel. Shoni Schimmel, 14 in her first round. Hit 387 career threes. Jordan Hooper, my choice, out of Nebraska, Big Ten Player of the Year, had 14 also in round one. And a little slow out of the blocks for Jordan Hooper. Let's see if she can warm it up, though. Not bad from the baseline. Money ball goes for Schimmel as they move to the wing.
Yes, did Hooper tell us there was one stoplight and a subway in Alliance, Nebraska?
I think they probably even have more than that.
Is that what she said?
I think so.
Yeah.
Second player in Nebraska history to have over 2,300 points and 1,100 rebounds. Schimmel right now is warming up. She had kind of a tough first round and is doing better here in round two.
And watching Hooper shoot the basketball, you can tell why she averaged over 20 games. She's 6'2", and you can move her all over the floor with a release like that. Very difficult to cover.
Shoni Schimmel's already done better in round two, the semifinals, than she did in round one, and that's good because sometimes those legs start tightening up on you about right now. Schimmel, money time. Got it. Nice round. Shoni Schimmel out of Louisville. And that's the best round we've had so far. 22.
Had a game this year with 9 3-pointers made, did Shoni Schimmel.
She hit 11 balls in a row at 1 point.
I'm telling you, the best ones can get on a roll. In a game, in a competition, in a game of horse, in an open gym, the best ones can get on a roll, and Schimmel did.
There's the perfect rack from the left wing. And Shoni's shot chart looked like that. 4 out of 5 money balls, including rack 2, was perfect.
She had everything on the right side going towards the basket. You see the snap of her wrist was spectacular. She's not going to miss many here now that, as you said, Jimmy, she's gotten on a roll.
Tricia Liston, first team All-ACC and All-ACC tournament team as well. And Odyssey Sims, who had the best first round with 20. The local product out of Irving, Texas.
Dan, I'm going to tell you something else about Odyssey Sims, your pick. If she starts rushing it and she gets a little tired, they say she gets the ball in front of her forehead and she shoots a little flat. So I'm just telling you, keep an eye on her.
I like the height right now, Jimmy. Coming out of her hand a little bit left, but she straightened it out right there.
Money ball. Liston got it. Sims didn't. Top of the key. Liston likes the top of the key. Money ball. That goes for 2.
Tricia Liston, she shoots an easy ball. She's 6'1", she's strong, and she's a very well compacted groove stroke.
You're down on the baseline.
What'd you say? The knockout punch she's trying to throw today?
She is trying. She's got 20 right now. Money ball upcoming. Got it.
Yeah, I like that kid a lot. I like Tricia Liston a lot.
She's our leader. That's why you like her.
Your scouting report on Odyssey Sims was absolutely accurate. She got tired, and all of a sudden the shot got a little bit lower in front of her face. She was able to knock in the money ball in the last rack, but went through a stretch doing exactly what you said.
There's the best score so far. Tricia Liston out of River Forest, Illinois, and Duke, 24. Odyssey Sims, who had the best first round. As you take a look again at Tricia on the last rack, lighting it up. A perfect last rack, money time. And the smile comes. She knows how hot she was right there. So Shelly Schimmel, who had a great second round after struggling early, is advancing to the finals. It's Louisville against Duke. When we come back, we'll have the final of the Buick Women's 3-point Championship. The Louisville Cardinals, Shelly Schimmel. Duke with Tricia Landing Room only at Moody Coliseum here on the SMU campus. Newly renovated building. And Doug McDermott, his dad, Creighton head coach, looking on. Scott Drew from Baylor in the house. And a couple of our judges coming up for the slam dunk competition later. Head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Jason Garrett, and Jason Witten, Dallas Cowboy tight end, with the retirement of Tony Gonzalez, the all-time leader tight end receptions of the NFL right now. We go to the Buick Women's 3-point Championship. Tricia Liston of Duke, Shelly Schimmel of Louisville. And here's Shelly Schimmel, who was playing up till just the last few days. She was born on the Umatilla Reservation in northern Oregon, and she and her sister Jude, two of the starters for Louisville, have had a major impact and are heroes to so many Native Americans, and they got quite a following. They travel all over the country watching those two girls play basketball, and they are excellent ball players. Jude still got a couple of years left. Shoni, a senior, getting ready to go on to WNBA after this competition. Knocks down the money ball, now top of the key.
Jimmy, she's got the best follow through of anybody I've seen. She's getting a little bit tired with it, but man, does she put that thing. Is she tight with her follow through?
Well, yeah, watch the snap of the wrist up top. I mean, it is every time. You can almost hear it pop.
Yeah. Like Dan says, when you get a little bit tired, but money ball would be big right here. And it goes. So she went 14 in round 1, 22 in round 2. Here she is in the final. She needs a good last rack, and she's got one working. Can she go perfect? Got it! Oh.
She's been a tough competitor all her career for Jeff Walls at Louisville. Got a little glimpse of it right there.
Hit her last 8 shots, and now Tricia Liston with a big smile on her face says, okay.
Dan, you caught it right off the bat, though. Her ability to snap it off up top. Watch that right wrist every single time the fingers are finished on the shot pointing down at the ground. That's how well she snaps it off.
Yeah, a lot of kids flop it a little bit. Some go left, some go right. But boy, she's tight. Watch this release.
And that last one, that follow through stayed up there until the buzzer had gone off and the lights had come on the backboard. Perfect last rack for Shelly Schimmel. And she said, yeah, I got it. So Shelly with 22 in the finals, and the heat's on Tricia Liston now. Tricia, who had the best round in the semis with 24. Can she do it again? About ready to find out.
Dan, you know what's interesting to me? When you watch really, really good shooters, they don't all have the exact same form, but they all shoot it the exact way every time. I'm intrigued by her right elbow. She almost tucks it in on her right hip, but she does it every single. I wouldn't necessarily teach it like that, but man, she's got that shot grooved.
And Jimmy, to that point, she goes forward with her elbow. There's not a lot of elbow lift here. She goes forward. The shot doesn't get over her head, her stroke. It's all forward, and it's all the entire body headed towards the rim, which generally carries the front of the rim for her.
Top of the key, a struggle right now. Money ball would be big here, and she got it.
It's really interesting. Schimmel, every shot she took, her hand release was about, 18 inches above her head, and you're right about Liston. It's right out in front of her. But again, both of them have very well grooved. That's what they are.
Last rack, Shelly Schimmel with 22. That's the number to beat, and she's not going to be able to do it. Money ball to make it respectable. Rims out. Shelly Schimmel with a 22. Our women's champ. Consistency in the semis, and then the final for Shelly Schimmel. Shelly Schimmel, Louisville, our women's champion. And she is standing by, I think, right now in our Skechers performance interview area. Here's Kaylee. Kaylee,
Shoni, you bounced back from that first round. By the third round, how big did that rim look?
You know, it was pretty big. I mean, you know, the first one was kind of jitters, you know. I mean, I was getting used to the other side of the hoop. You know, we didn't shoot on the sand, so, you know, I was just getting a feel for it, and, you know, it just started working.
You win this title, but you know it's not over. You've got a competition with Brady Heslip ahead. What kind of an advantage do you think you have coming off the hot streak you've just had?
I mean, you know, just going out there and shooting, you know, I just got done, and, you know, he's been chilling watching, so, you know, for me to have that advantage, you know, I'm gonna use it.
This isn't just boys versus girls. We're talking USA versus Canada. How do you feel having the pride of the Americas on your shoulders?
I'll take it, you know. I mean, he's a great shooter, so we'll see how this goes.
Good luck to you. Thanks, Shoni.
Well put, Kaylee. The men and women will square off the battle of the champions between Shoni Schimmel and Brady Heslip coming up next.
The 2014 State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships is brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. Echo. Take back your yard with professional-grade outdoor power equipment from Echo. And Denny's. Keep the party going after the show at Denny's. Well,
back in Moody Coliseum. And time for the Echo Outdoor Power Equipment Battle of Champions. Men's and women's champs set to square off. There's Dan's date for the night.
Come here, honey.
You've upgraded since last year.
Shoni Schimmel, the women's champion out of Louisville. And Brady Heslip of Baylor, the men's champion.
Can I just make it perfectly clear, being the head coach of the University of Arkansas women's basketball team, who I'm pulling for in this competition?
I know who you are.
Shoni Schimmel.
I know you are. And this guy's had a little time to at least limber up and rest. It's been a while since he shot in the men's championship. And Brady Heslip will go first. Again, his coach, Scott Drew, here, a couple seats down from us. Out of Ontario, Canada. Son of Jody and Tom Heslip. He's off to a good start. Money ball, yes.
He's been sitting over there for about, what, 30 minutes since he shot last? Not bothering his stroke at all.
Not even a little. He took a few little jump shots, not even jump shots, right in front of the rim, and that was it. He was throwing T-shirts to the crowd in between.
Throwing T-shirts overhand during the timeout. Top of the key. Brady, high bounce, won't go. Money rims out as well. Shoni Schimmel looking on, saying, I think I can do this, depending on what he does in these last two racks.
You know, he's got good eye concentration. He doesn't take his eyes off that basket until the ball's out of his hands. He doesn't get rushed to the next rack.
Now he's got 10 seconds left to get 3 more balls up. Taking his time. Ooh, he's going to need this and the money ball. I think the way she shot in the last round, got that one, and the money ball came out. 17. Will that be good enough?
You know, it's kind of funny when he was on the right side here. You see Scott Drew, but he was kind of rushed and stiffed, and all of a sudden he got to the left wing, and he got really, really comfortable right here. And then when he goes to the baseline rack, he spins around. Watch him spin around and just kind of catch it and fall it away.
Nonchalant.
Yeah.
I think all 3 rounds, his money ball in the far corner has been with 1 second to go.
It has.
He's got timing.
Yeah.
Got 2 money balls. And that 4th rack was his best. But 17, will that hold up against somebody who went 22 and 22 in her last 2 rounds? Shoni Schimmel. That's what we're about to find out.
Jimmy, don't you think right now when you're second and it's the final, that's when you really can't be first rack sensitive?
Absolutely.
Because the pressure just gets you.
Yeah, absolutely. You just block it out and go on. Get to the first TV timeout, regather yourself, and go back out on the floor for 36 minutes.
Remember, she shot about 80 shots now in the last 5 minutes.
You know, she kind of drops the ball. I think that's interesting. But again, you can do it different ways. But watch this. When she takes the ball off the rack, that's how she shot the ball all through her career. Drop it and then up and in. Maybe a little bit too much motion for me, but it works for her.
Right, and there's a difference between dipping the ball and dropping the ball. A lot of times you'll dip the ball to get a comfort level to go up into your shot, but dropping it below the waist and shooting as well as she does kind of odd.
She's got to drop 7 more shots here to win it, depending on the money ball, that is.
And she got Dan with that kind of a release. She had to take wide open threes. You can't make guarded shots with that low of a drop.
She's going to win it. She's going to win it. She won it. The Shoni Schimmel shake when that money ball went in. She's your overall champion. Hit her last 7 shots. That's what she had to do with the pressure on. Luke Hancock on the men's team. Shoni Schimmel from Louisville. And watch this last round. This is when the legs start to tighten, the pressure's on. You know you got to hit him, and she just kept driving him home. Perfect. There's your champion. Her shot chart's going to look pretty good, I think, guys.
But she shot with pressure. Look at that rack 5. Make, and make. Well done, Shoni Schimmel.
Hit 8 straight to win it. You talk about consistency. 22 in the semis, 22 in the women's finals, and 22 in the overall champ. And Kaylee's with her.
Shoni, the pressure was on with that last rack. Talk me through it. What was going through your mind?
You know, I knew I had some time left, and, you know, I heard, like, you need 3 more behind you, and so, you know, I just took my time and, you know, held my follow-through, and I think I hit all of them, so, you know, it felt good.
All 5 on that last rack, and when you saw the shot chart, your reaction was, oh, man, I missed that one money ball.
Yeah, I hit it. I missed it the few first times, and so, you know, it's kind of what I wanted to get, but, you know, it's all right.
What did Brady say to you after the competition?
He just said, good job, way to shoot, and so, you know, I said good job to him, too.
He knew what was coming. Thanks, Shoni. Congratulations.
Her little sister would be proud, too, still a member of the Louisville team. But this senior's going on the WNBA as the overall champions. Now, the dunkers are starting to file in here and set to warm up, and we'll see some of the dunks of the year when we come back.
How good was that? Seriously.
Carroll again over the top. One-handed.
Young, what a slam. He's going to score.
He got it! Sunday, the last 4 teams standing meet in Nashville and look to get one step closer to completing their journey to a championship. At 6:30, the Maryland Terrapins take on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. At 8:30, the Stanford Cardinal take on the unbeaten Huskies of UConn. Final 4, the NCAA Women's College Basketball Championship presented by Capital One. Sunday starting at 6:30 on ESPN, and both games also live on Watch ESPN. Dunkers are starting to loosen up. They don't show much the day before when we come over here for the practice. They don't want to give anything away. But will we have some of the dunks of the year in this contest? Certainly we have had a great year for dunks as we look back at the best of 2013-14.
That's Mr. Wiggins on his best. How good was that? Seriously.
Carroll again over the top. One-handed.
On the takeoff. Crunch time. Jordy Mack.
Goodness gracious.
Sometimes it just takes that one special moment. What a spectacular finish.
Throwing it down is slow.
Young, what a slam.
Defender Young with a one-hand slam.
Levine, showtime. He's going to score. Straight to the rim. Boom.
He got it.
Arkansas in overtime.
The best that Jimmy and I saw this year. Here's our judges for the slam dunk competition. Mike Madonna, former Dallas Star and Minnesota Star, Stanley Cup champion in '99. Jason Witten, now the all-time leading tight end in the NFL with the retirement of Tony Gonzalez, 9-time Pro Bowler for the Dallas Cowboys. His head coach, Jason Garrett, former Cowboy player, now the head coach of America's team. And represented by the NBA, a guy that played here in Dallas, former Maverick head coach, great player in San Antonio, Avery Johnson. And Chuck Johnson is our 5th judge, because this year we got to vote for your favorite dunk by the Denny's 5th judge on Twitter. And you can go to #CollegeSlam, followed by the player's last name and a score between 1 and 10, and you can help vote. So Chuck's over there with all the other guys. You can be a voter as well. There's how you have to do it. Tweet #CollegeSlam, followed by the player's name. And so actually going to every timeout, we're going to know what the judges think of the dunkers, but we're not going to know what the overall score will be until after the timeout, because of you getting involved with Twitter. The race to the playoff heats up tomorrow on ESPN. 7 o'clock, Grizzlies trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They host the Nuggets. Then at 9:30, Kevin Durant and the Thunder taking on James Harden and the Rockets. It's NBA Friday presented by State Farm. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. So we're set for the Denny's Slam Dunk Championship, round 1 here at Moody Coliseum in Dallas. A standing room only crowd in here. And let's take a look at our 8 contestants in the slam dunk competition. Cleanthony Early, my choice. Chase Feeler, Ronald Roberts Jr., Michael Craig, Corey Jefferson's Jimmy's choice, Walt Lemon Jr., Marcus Lewis, and Adrian Payne, who is Mr. Dockett's choice to win the championship. Here's the rules. 8 competitors, top 4 advance to the semis, top 2 to the final. Judging based on a 10-point scale, 4 celebrity judges we told you about, and then Chuck Johnson's over there. He's our fans voter on Twitter. Round 1 dunk. You got 30 seconds. Semifinal, 2 dunks, 30 seconds each. The 2 scores are averaged out, and in the final, you got 60 seconds to do 1. If the player exceeds the time limit, you forfeit the dunk. And for the most part, you don't want to miss too many times, even though the time allotted will still be there, because it has an effect on the judges. And again, how to vote on Twitter. You can tweet #CollegeSlam, followed by the player's last name, and put up the score between 1 and 10. So you go in with your Twitter and you become part of the judges over there, along with the 4 celebrity judges we have from the Dallas area here. Cleanthony Early, 6'8" forward out of Middletown, New York, 2-time All-Missouri Valley Conference performer. Of course, his team had a perfect start, 35-0, before running into Kentucky in round 3 of the NCAA tournament. The only blemish on their record.
If there was any question about can Cleanthony Early be a pro, he answered him with 31 points against Kentucky, didn't he?
Oh, he's using props already. He's got 4 guys out there, and he goes, whoa! That's not a good landing, and it wasn't a good takeoff.
That was crazy.
Wow. And those guys better get a little bit tighter. Now Luke Hancock's trying to take a selfie of this while they're on the court. And that time he got it. Now, how much an effect the miss the first time and the bad landing will have, we don't know. But the selfie pictures are going on now for that group.
That first miss.
Whoa. And see, it did have an effect. That would have been a 10 had he hit it the first time.
Somebody could have got seriously hurt here, mainly Cleanthony Early.
His right foot he got the back of Billy Barron.
Yeah, he got the back of Billy Barron and the back of Billy Barron's head. And then his head hit the backboard. But the second time it went.
What was his score?
He got 9s from most of the celebrity judges. I think Madonna only gave him an 8. 35.
Well, that's too high. I'm just telling you, that's too high by the judges. There's better to come.
Well, they're going to have some great memories and some great pictures, but he might not be around for the next round. Now we go on. Chase Feeler out of Florida Gulf Coast, the high-flying Florida Golf Course team. And of course, last year they were all over in the NCAA tournament, the Cinderella story. And boy, this is what they loved to do: run and slam, and some more running, and some more slamming. And not sure how we even got up for that one. 6'8" senior. And again, we got one of the tallest group of competitors I think we've had in the slam dunk competition. One of his teammates just tweeted, "Hope my dude kills it in the dunk contest." We'll see.
Yeah.
Comer was the guy delivering all the passes on the alley-oops. Comer's a terrific point guard.
Chase going to get under our boom camera. Try to. Oh, he didn't pull a hamstring, did he?
This is part of his.
It's part of his ass. Here comes the Superman gear. Now it's Dunk City. Well, we told you, a lot of dunks. Now let's see what he's got. He's got plenty of time left. But he missed it. Try to go between his legs. He's going to run out of time. He ran and just rolled it in. That's a reverse layup. That's not going to do it.
One key thing to remember in a dunk contest.
Hit the dunk.
You have to dunk.
Yes. Finger roll's not going to do it. There's the fake hamstring pull. Well, it was good theater for a second. But then, as Jimmy said, what you want to do is dunk it, not lay it off the window.
I don't even mind if you miss a dunk. Just be over the rim.
Give it a shot, right?
Each judge gave him one.
The rim blocked his shot.
Now, that's one of the lower scores we've seen. You can still vote for him, though. Twitter, that's how you do it. Maybe you can give him a little love.
So my man
But you can see Jason said, no, man.
What's my man Brett Comer tweeting now?
See, they got their Denny's bacon out there. That's just one slice each from the judges. That's not going to do it.
That might have been too high.
Ronald Roberts out of St. Joe's. 6'8" senior says he's the tallest in his family.
I'll just say this. I don't think we've seen the favorite yet.
No, I don't think we have either. Ronald's just going to go up and fake it a couple of times. It's a couple of fake layups, or he's just getting the lay of the land. That was a good one. Again, I don't think we've seen the winner yet. But at least he got it through the net. That's key.
He just one dunk and shut it down. That's enough.
Little bump right in there.
One of his only dunk contests that he's been in South Jersey High School.
Yeah, it was a North-Side All-Star game in New Jersey. It looks better on replay.
They always do.
Yeah. 36 for Ronald. So we haven't seen anything near a perfect score yet. And now we go on to Michael Craig out of Southern Miss.
I'll tell you what, Southern Miss was one hard-playing basketball team. Donnie Tindall doing a heck of a job with Southern Miss. They did their game against Minnesota. And this kid, terrific.
Minnesota, the NIT champions this year. Well, tried to assist it to himself off the window and missed it. I think he jammed his fingers a little bit in the process. Here comes the second try. There we go. That would have been a lot better had he gotten it on the first try.
Now he's probably only about 6'4", but he's 230. He's got some pretty good pop now around the rim. The first miss was an impressive miss.
If you're going to miss impressive.
Yeah, he did. You're right about Donnie Tindall. They play hard, and this cat dunks hard. I like that. That's the leader right now, I would think.
And you would think right, but he's actually tied with Roberts with 36. And he is looking at his wrist. I think he hurt his wrist on that first miss. Again, vote for him on Twitter. Time for Jimmy's choice, Corey Jefferson out of Killeen, Texas. About a 2.5-hour drive from here.
He's from Killeen, Texas. Had a teammate at Arkansas named Keenan DuBose who could literally jump and touch the top of the backboard. Everyone I've known from Killeen, Texas can do this.
Well, that one goes up over the top of the backboard.
Your timing was good
until
dunk was bad.
That one was better.
That was much better.
And his teammates going to go out there and give him some love.
That was nice, bro. That was nice. That was nice.
Our men's champion in the 3, Brady Heslip. Corey Jefferson, again, are having trouble getting some of the fancy stuff done on the first try. Second try is good, but again, that plants a seed in the judges' minds about just how good they were. He is going to be the leader right now, though.
How good was he last year in the NIT, Corey Jefferson?
No, he was terrific.
Oh, man.
Absolutely terrific. He won the NIT. He was
a beast.
Pretty good this year.
He was.
Got a mascot out here.
Walt Lemon Jr. talking with Mike Madonna. I don't know if Mike's part of the package here or not. Here's one of the smaller guys at 6'3".
Yeah, we asked him, we said, what do you think? He goes, well, I jump kind of high for my size.
47.5 inches if he's not kidding. And his mascot, Kaboom, is represented by Bradley out here. And Kaboom might be part of the package, I think. So there's a little Bradley meeting between player and mascot. And now back to the basketball. And here we go for Walt Lemon. And there's Kaboom, part of the act.
The only mascot I've ever known that has his own profile. Kaboom is listed as 6'3", 250 pounds.
Here comes Walt Lemon. There's the feed and the left-hand flush. That was good. The dance isn't bad. And Kaboom with the big hook.
On Kaboom's profile, it says his full name is Kaboom.
That's it. And that's going to be the best score so far. He got perfect numbers from the judges. Again, you can get involved with Twitter to see if it becomes a perfect dunk or not. But our celebrity judges enjoyed it. So that's the best we've seen so far for the 40.
Have we seen the winner yet?
Well, we might be getting closer, I think.
40 is better than 4. We're making progress.
Yeah. And here's our dark horse candidates out of Eastern Kentucky, Marcus Lewis. He's the 4th State Farm Dark Horse Dunker winner. 2 of the previous 3 Dark Horse Dunkers went on to win the Slam Dunk Championship. Jacob Tucker, remember this? Illinois College back in 2011. And then a couple of years ago, James Justice out of Martin Methodist. Dark Horse Dunker is wholly determined by fan voting via Facebook. That kid was awesome.
He was about, what, 5'8" or 9", I believe, from Martin Methodist.
He was wearing that belt at the Intersport party that night.
Yes,
he was not taking that thing off.
He might be wearing it tonight watching this show. I would if I was him.
Me too.
Whoa. That's what you call losing a handle.
But if he controls that thing, did you see how high?
He's competing with a sprained right foot right now. So it doesn't matter. I'm a one-legged jumper, and he just jumped out of the gym on that one. And that one's going to be, I think, a good score as well. Yep. Celebrity judges liked it. Second perfect score we've had. So Walt Lemon and Marcus Lewis, 2 of the guys in that 6'3", 6'4" range, getting up with some hops and throwing it down.
Jimmy, he just pops up in the air.
Dan, he can jump high and he can jump far. He took off.
Yeah.
Reached right outside the lane. For a 6'4" guy, I mean, you could almost sense it in the building. His first pop, it was like, whoa.
When he lost the ball, you said it. I mean, that would have been spectacular because the building was going. Second dunk, normally it's a little deader, but wow.
And now Adrian Payne just about set to go for Michigan State's best jumper Tom Izzo's ever had. Lacey Hallsworth, an 8-year-old with an aggressive form of childhood cancer, has become one of his big fans. Adrian became fast friends over the last couple of years with that young lady. And he says he appreciates all life has to offer after hanging around with that little girl who's had a tough couple of years. They're best of buddies. And Adrian lost his mom at age 13 from a severe asthma attack. So he's taken Lacey under his wing, and he said, rock it. She said, rock it out, Superman, I love you. Atta girl. Great story.
Beautiful young lady right there.
And she's sitting about 3 chairs down from us, and maybe she's part of the deal. Either that or she's going to touch it for good luck. I think that was the deal.
And that's real between these two. I mean, it is a special, special relationship.
Adrian, 360. I think Lacey's going to like it. She's going to like it. And the bowling pins, and everybody goes out. Well, that was good.
How do you top that?
I don't know. Everybody's up in the building right now.
And everybody's holding signs that say 10.
That was one of the coolest moments we've had in a slam dunk competition in a long time.
We've done a lot of, look at that. Every coach, I mean, every celebrity judge, I should say, is up.
I mean, from the time he brought the basketball over for Lacey to touch it to the finish.
Oh, man.
Touched his toes with that game.
Yeah, what is he, 6'10"? He's a legit 16.
He's a legit 6'10". Watch him touch his heels right there, like you said, right there.
Oh, wow. Bam. And Lacey's got him Superman. And then a strike.
That's a good stuff. Cool. Who's the guy in the middle with the white yellow shorts?
Is that the official?
We're still 40 for Adrian Payne of Michigan State.
Well done.
That's a cool scene.
That's a cool moment.
Again, you can log on Twitter and vote. I'm pretty sure you're probably going to give him a 10 for a perfect score, because right now, Walt Lemon Jr., Marcus Lewis, Adrian Payne, Corey Jefferson, the top 4. And 3 perfect scores out of those first 3. It started slow, folks, and then it warmed up. Jimmy's guys in the hunt. Bradley's still in the hunt. And finally, Adrian Payne with a big one. Let's take a look at some of our past winners of the Skechers Performance Rewind. Take you back, 1990 Slam Dunk champion. Michigan's Ramil Robinson ended up being the 10th pick of the 90 NBA draft by the Atlanta Hawks. With that, he won it back in 1990. Our votes on Twitter are in, and what we expected has come to pass. That it was a perfect score for Adrian Payne from everybody, all of you out there, and the 4 celebrity judges here. So the first round, 50 for Adrian Payne. What's he do for an encore? I think that's maybe the question. So Dan Dockett's choice, Adrian Payne still in it. So is Jimmy's choice from Baylor, Corey Jefferson. And Corey is next up here in the second round. 46 in round 1. Brady Heslop's way up in the stands. Remember, he won the men's 3-point shooting contest. Looks like he's working on an assist right here. And they're measuring it out. They just got to get a little more on the ball, and did. And oh, yes, man! The coach says that's the way I taught him to help each other out. That was perfect.
You know what, Dan, I've always thought you've got to be a good shooter to make a pass like that. You know what I'm saying? Have some touch and some feel. And
well, he passed it as a shot. You know, he didn't throw it. Watch it. He's going to shoot this.
Yeah.
He shoots it. Couldn't be more perfect.
Well, that was pretty special. That was the warm-up acts. And get rid of that ball, and here comes the perfect assist.
He's above the rim, Jimmy. This guy gets above the rim. Look at this.
Nice. Wow. Scott Drew's reaction. Yeah, fellas. Baylor Bears well represented here. And the 40 from the judges. You can make it a 50. You get on Twitter and want to vote for Corey Jefferson. Walt Lemon, Chicago native. And again, he had Kaboom there, the Bradley mascot, with him the first time. Looks like Walt's going to do it on his own right here. Shoots it to himself and missed it and hit the deck. Avery Johnson's going to get it back to him. Former Mavericks coach hands it back to Walt. Going to try the same thing. And again, bad result. And he's going to run out of time unless somebody gets him a ball in a hurry here just to make an average dunk. And he knows that won't be good enough.
Terrific young man, though. The 2014 Missouri Valley Conference men's basketball scholar athlete of the year. Heck of a defensive player. And Bradley just have to bow out right now.
And he's going to go over and say thanks to the judges anyway. We've got a 32 from the judges, not counting what you do on Twitter to get involved. There's the man of the hour so far with the perfect 50. And now again, Marcus Lewis from Eastern Kentucky.
Don't count this kid out. This kid has special hops.
His team lost in the second round of the NCAAs to Kansas. And again, he's got a sprained right foot. Didn't seem to bother him with his first dunk.
I'd like to see him healthy.
Yeah. Oh, between the legs. And that brings the crowd up.
And you're going to see he goes behind his head with this, I think, after the between the legs.
Dan, he's the quickest off the floor in the competition. I mean, even in slow motion, he's got something special about him now.
Man. He got 4 10s from our judges here. Great hang time.
He is quick off the floor now. Goes between the legs. Eyes at rim level. Well done.
Perfect from our judges here at midcourt.
They played Belmont in the OVC championship game. Eastern Kentucky did. They made their first 8 threes in a row. Game over.
Adrian Payne, you missed his first round. You missed one of the great moments we've had in this event ever. And one of the great dunks we've had so far tonight. And again, hits his feet with it and then goes and gives Lacey a big hug. And says, what do you think of that one? What's he got for encore, guys? I don't know.
Brad, you mentioned the best vertical under Tom Izzo at Michigan State, a 38-inch vertical on a 6'10" body.
That's a good combination.
It'd be hard to beat.
We got 2 balls involved. Here we go for a double 1-2. You can just tell he's one of the favorites of the players here as well.
Hey, he wants to win this competition. He came here to win the thing.
He did, and when I took him, I'm thinking, well, big guy, dunk contest, usually a littler guy. Big Ten homer, no question, that kind of move. But I'll tell you what, Jimmy, he has some energy, obviously great hops, and you know what, bit of a showman too, which I didn't see coming.
This one's coming right into our camera. Bang, bang.
Yeah, he's got a purpose with a beautiful little princess sitting on the side of Rudy Martin. He has a special purpose tonight. Well done.
So another perfect score from the judges here.
Has he grown up? And he really has grown up, Adrian Payne, under Tom Izzo. He's a skinny kid coming out of Dayton.
Yeah.
And he's got to be a first-round draft choice. I don't improved his jump shot, improved his three-point range. And
you got to get on Twitter right now, folks, because we've got a 3-way tie. And you will help break it. We'll know when we come back the final scores. On Friday, some of the top high school basketball programs in the country will be on display at the Garden. Semifinals of the national tournament. First game tips off at 2:30, and the second follows at 4:30. The Dick's Sporting Goods High School National Tournament presented by Gatorade and Geico. Friday at 2:30 and 4:30 on ESPN2. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. Here's how it looks in the Denny's Slam Dunk Championship. After round 1 of the semifinals, Marcus Lewis slight edge over Adrian Payne and Corey Jefferson and Walt Lemon Jr., the 4 that remain. And Walt will go first here in round 2.
Did you not pick Walt Lemon?
I didn't, but I wanted to.
How
because
could you not pick a guy for Bradley?
I know, and they even gave me a shirt that says Bradley Basketball on it. I appreciate it. I wanted to take him yesterday, and I thought, well, it's sort of self-serving.
He's on a list with Larry Bird, Darren Brooks, and Hersey Hawkins.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one. Adrian Payne says, whoops. That dude's only 6'3".
that dude ran in here fast, really fast.
Watch him zip in from the baseline.
Two-time Missouri Valley Conference defensive team guy. Yeah, he's got some quickness and some One of 4 Missouri Valley Conference players all time to have 1,600 points, 350 assists, and 200 steals. Larry Bird, Darren Brooks, Hersey Hawkins, and Walt Lemon Jr. That's a good group.
That's a really good group. Perfect from the judges here. It'll be up to you on Twitter to see if that's a 50. Marcus Lewis, Eastern Kentucky. He was perfect by our celebrity judges out here in both rounds.
If there's someone that can take down Adrian Payne in this contest, I think we're looking at him right here. Maybe.
He's got to back up his teammates because he's coming in from the left wing. A two-hand reverse. Now, even if he hits the same thing, it's not going to be as good a score. And it was a beauty. It was a beauty. And he did get up on the second attempt. I don't know how much it's going to sway the judges. Maybe they still like it enough. It's kind of rare to get a perfect score on a second dunk.
Watch how low he drops this ball. Watch this. He goes low with it. To his heels, just like Adrian Payne did.
Like it gets it down to his ankles for sure. Look at it. Below his ankles. Yes. That's a big time dunk now.
I don't think I've ever seen a perfect score from the judges, though, after missing the first. But he got it. So a 40 from our judges here. And at 49-9, he was the leader coming into this one. And he's going one more, man. One more. We'll see. Corey Jefferson's going to have something to say about that. Again, Jimmy Dykes' choice. Second currently at 49-4. Adrian Payne is pacing behind Corey Jefferson. You see him in the background.
Jefferson got ready for this contest by going on YouTube and studying dunks of others.
Let's see what he's come up with from the free throw line. I know who's that. That was either Dr. J or Michael Jordan.
MJ. Dr. J or MJ.
Yeah.
That is not easy to do, folks, and not many people can do it, to take off in flight from 15 feet.
Yeah, you got to have a long stride. He's a 6'9" athlete. Right, I mean, he's right on the free throw line. He's not stepping over it. On it, boom, and up.
We've seen guys cheat that line a little bit, but he's just a little bit over, but his middle of his foot was on the line. That was awesome.
Oh. We got a perfect score from the judges here.
I like how you were known as a great dunker in college, talking about how he cheated the line just a little bit.
Well, sure.
Only guys at that level can critique each other.
There's only a few of us still around that understand. MJ, Dr. J, and DD.
Here's a guy that lit it up on his first dunk. And again, there's his #1 fan. He says, you got to help me out. And he's going to put on another jersey. So she's been part of his routine through a couple of his dunks, and she tweeted, "Come on, Superman." Now she just handed him a Superman t-shirt. Color coordinated with his shoes, by the way. Adrian Payne. And again, a 360, much like his first one. We'll see if it's good enough. And again, we wonder if the first one was so spectacular, the reaction from all the guys over there, his teammates, when he did the bowling move and knocked over all the pins. How do you follow that act? Well, he's followed it pretty well. But not good enough for a perfect score from our judges here. So they were more critical, even though it was a beauty. Wow.
It's not a complete 360, maybe about a 240. I'm impressed.
He cheated it a little bit.
He cheated a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. Lacey didn't think so.
And the judges score, not perfect, 38. That might not be good enough now.
They're a little tough on Adrian.
Remember, you can get on Twitter and help out his score. Will it improve or not? Right now, Marcus Lewis, the dark horse, in command. Jimmy's guy, Corey Jefferson, next. Adrian Payne and Walt Lemon Jr. Some of the great action we've seen from the semifinals in the Denny's Dunk Championship. I like that one myself. Corey Jefferson from the free throw line. Adrian Payne. Again with Jimmy with his math major from Arkansas. Said that was a 240.
The 2014 State Farm College Slam Dunk and Three-Point Championships is brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. Denny's. Keep the party going after the show at Denny's. Welcome to America's Diner. And Skechers Performance Division. Go like never before.
What are they dunking for? There's the Denny's championship belt for the Slam Dunkers. And as we talked about earlier, guys that win that wear it to the party afterwards and sometimes for weeks afterwards. As we take our Skechers Performance Rewind, a look at last year. This kid was unbelievable. Detroit's Doug Anderson took home the title. And as we said, he put that belt on proudly and didn't take it off the rest of the night. And the Atlanta Falcons wide receiver course said, that's perfect. It was perfect.
My all-time favorite.
Twitter vote is in. We said it was going to have a big bearing on who would go to the finals, and your choice has helped us. Marcus Lewis and Corey Jefferson in the championship final right now. And only one dunk. You got 60 seconds to do it, but it's all come down right now to two dunks. Two dunks, four celebrity judges, and what you're doing at home. Corey Jefferson, he was Coach Jimmy Dykes' choice to win this event. Wouldn't it be fitting if Mr. Dykes finally got something right after all these years?
It would be a way to sign off the year, wouldn't it, partner?
Yep. Corey up behind his back and lost the handle. Plenty of time. Got 60 seconds.
I'm not sure he knows what he wants to do at this point.
That's not bad. Behind the back, up and in. And his teammate meets him there. The three-point champ for the men. His coach looking on, but it's not going to be a perfect score. Jason Witten, Jason Garrett with 9s, I've noticed.
This is an impressive dunk. It's just the second dunk, and his body language was so slow moving into it that nobody got excited. Nothing easy about that.
Not at all.
If Lewis was smart, he would get this crowd going a little bit right now.
And only a 37 from the four judges here on this dunk by Corey Jefferson.
I'm with Dan. I don't think Lewis has to do anything really spectacular. Just get the building rocking and do what he does, and it's over. He wears the belt home to Eastern Kentucky.
Just get this place energized a little bit.
Again, Marcus, one of several Dark Horse winners by Facebook. You voted him to get here. From Eastern Kentucky. Now he's trying to get the crowd into it. The last one. A chance to win it right here. All he's got to do is beat 37. And he's going to have some help.
And Dan's favorite guy in the yellow shorts makes an appearance again.
It's not a dunk contest without a guy like that right there.
I've never been to one that doesn't have one looking just like that. And he'll show up at the next dunk contest tomorrow night somewhere. That same dude, no one knows his name, and he'll show up tomorrow night.
The unknown assist. Marcus Lewis up over and missed it. All right, one more try. He's got to get his hops in. Marcus Lewis, second chance. He's got trouble now.
I think our guy's pulling the string on him a little bit, dropping it down a little bit.
He's running out of time, too. Now it's just stand still, I guess. And he hammered it home on that one, but is it good enough? Is it good enough? It's going to be really close. Celebrity judges look like they're giving him 9s. I don't know.
I got to go with Corey Jefferson.
That's impressive, but I'm with you. I got to go with Corey Jefferson just because he used the guy in the yellow.
I'm with you. I think Corey Jefferson wins because of this young man's selection of you in the yellow shorts come out here and help me. I think at that point you default your chance to win, don't you? You're basically saying, Corey Jefferson, the belt is yours when you go to that spot.
I think you might be wrong, guys. But we're still waiting. We're tabulating. We're waiting on Twitter, believe it or not. That's what we've come to in this day and age. We're waiting on Twitter to crown a champion.
Twitter's going to agree with Dan Dockett tonight.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. Right now, Marcus Lewis is going over. I think Kaylee knows the winner. We don't. Kaylee, it's all yours, girl.
Well, the fan vote is in. The fans sit you here, and they give you the win tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Marcus Lewis.
Marcus Lewis, ladies and gentlemen. Marcus, our one-legged jumper tonight, you hurt your right foot 4 days ago. How did that affect your preparation and your execution today?
It affected my preparation because I couldn't get ready for the dunk contest earlier in practice, but tonight I didn't even feel anything. The adrenaline from the crowd helped a lot.
This crowd on your side through most of this. Tell me, of the dunks, which one for you was the most difficult to execute?
The ones I made, probably just the regular between the legs, but man, I wish I got that between the legs over my guy, man. That would have been great.
And the question everyone wants an answer for, who was your assist from, the guy in the yellow shorts?
It's my man Chuck. Come here, Chuck. My man Chuck from Team Fly Brothers, man. Let's go. We got a whole crowd, baby.
Congratulations, Marcus.
Thank you.
Even Chuck's a hero. And Marcus Lewis is the winner and the winning dunk over Chuck. Chuck didn't even have to duck. And Marcus flew in for the dunk winner right there. And that's going to wrap it up. Jimmy Dykes, been a great run, buddy. Good luck.
Brother. I love you, man.
As the new head coach of the Arkansas women's team. Dan Dockich, excellent job, my friend. Good to see you eating those candy bars during the broadcast. That's going to do it from Dallas. Brady Heslip won the men's. Shoni Schimmel, the women's, and the overall champion, and Marcus Lewis, the dunk champ as well. For Jimmy Dykes, Dan Dockich, Kaylee Hartung, Brad Nessler from Dallas. Good night, everybody.